It's one thing to be able to study a lot of topics, but the other thing to actually make a standpoint of your own. And I think that's something that I really appreciate about MIT, that there's not like a one standpoint that they believe in, but we can try to formulate those of our own. Hi, I'm Alex, and I'm a Master's of Architecture student here at MIT. Applying to grad school is very challenging. I was feeling a bit lost in trying to find a place for myself. I was very passionate about architecture already, but I was struggling to find like a place for me within the discipline. And MIT's program is so open, and it requires you and encourages you to take classes in different discipline groups and different departments. And so I was really excited to join such an open course in a sense and use it to figure out who I am in this architecture world. I've been taking courses at the architecture department, of course, but also some courses over at Harvard in planning and at the business school, working with adaptive reuse and generally thinking, maybe questioning heritage is something that comes from the fact that I am myself from a heritage city. So I'm from Krakow in Poland. When I was living in Krakow, I was questioning which areas are being preserved, which areas are attractive to certain people, and why and how this preservation or kind of the way the government is treating the space is influencing how people actually use it. We change a lot as society, and so the buildings we have need to adapt to that as well. And I think there's something very interesting to me about thinking of those changes and thinking of how the spaces should, to the extent, change with us. I think it's really important to think of how the buildings should be retrofitted, both for comfort of the users, but also just different ways in which we live. I went to teach in a school in Norway. I did a course on sustainable housing for students in a local high school, which was really exciting. It was kind of like my first opportunity to teach in that setting. Something that I really enjoyed about MIT is how diverse it is and how I can kind of observe my friends taking the same course completely differently. And so there's not one way to fit in here.